You are live with Indacarseat DatGuY, Terry Dwayne Ashford, live with you at 7:07 a.m. on this Monday morning, March 22nd. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. For your reference and inference, the photograph cover of this particular broadcast is current as of today and was taken specifically for this particular broadcast in the raw. All for you. The judgment call was made to sideswipe beauty and preparation for currency to make sure that it was a current photo for right now of the journalist broadcaster-in-chief at the site carrying out the particular goals of News Radio by SNnews. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford, StreetNOW News. It was an educated decision that only the journalist broadcaster could have made to go live in the photograph that is attached specifically to the broadcast. A judgment call that was made for reasons based on the knowledge of the journalist chief and broadcaster himself, and for the particular broadcast of News Radio by SNnews was the judgment call. The photograph that you see was taken based on judgment, educational judgment. And the educational judgment was to sideswipe the beauty of having a prepared photograph placed right there. We gave you us carrying out the goal right there at the site. Currently at Kalmia, Eastern Avenue, Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. at 7:07 a.m. in the Eastern Standard Time Zone of the world. You're in the United States right now, Washington, D.C., right at the entry point and the state line, crossing into Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. Monday morning is the morning. Monday morning is the morning. March 22nd. You're with Terry Dwayne Ashford. There's something about doing it right. There is something about doing it right. There really is, y'all. It really is. There is something about doing it right. And one of the things I'm going to say is there is something about doing it right. You feel it. You feel it. It brings sunshine. It brings sunshine for those who wanna do right. There's something about doing right. When I say right, I'm talking about right. Yeah, right. We know how one can construe things around. Say, right is over here. Well, no. That's not where right is. One can play around and say, no, right is over there. Right is left if you're on the left-hand side. Well, no. Right is always right. On the right side. It's always on the right side. It's so funny. So funny. Really so funny. But there is something about doing it right. Right. We're not going to talk about the meaning of right, because the meaning of right could, as we have just reflected, could mean a lot of things for a lot of people. How is right going to be over here on the left? How is right going to be over here on the left? Well, how is right going to be over here on the left? You're with Street Now News. Terry Dwayne Ashford, being aired on NewsRadio SNnews with the chick, Terry Dwayne Ashford himself. For that reason, we did a judgment call this morning, and we decided to side against a prepared, beautiful photograph of myself, Terry Dwayne Ashford. And we decided right here at Kalmia, 900 Block Road, Northwest Washington, D.C., at Eastern Avenue and Georgia Avenue, we decided to go with a now photo while I'm carrying out this particular activity before I get everything rocking and rolling during the day. A now photo. We did that for the judgment call and the education. Seeing everything rocking and rolling around us. Seeing how I thought it was going to do, carry out its ordeals. We thought we'd rock it like that. Which way is the right way? We're looking for a direction. Right could be over here on the left. Right could be to the left. But right is always right! You're listening to the voice of Terry Dwayne Ashford, your journalist-in-chief broadcaster here in Washington, D.C., who just happens to be, ironically, your Indacarseat DatGuY. We're going to look at some of the headlines that's popping the cover of my newsroom this morning here in the Indacarseat DatGuY. We're looking at a cover that says Elvis Presley never sang one of his favorite songs correctly due to a psychological quirk. What song was that? This is one of the titles that's shown up on my newsroom. Wanted me to know about it. So I want you to know about it. Elvis Presley never sang one of his favorite songs correctly due to a psychological quirk. One of them. I mean, just one of the pieces of news that somebody wanted me to know about this morning. Let's look and see how much time we have here before we rock and roll in this music thing. We're here with StreetNOW News. Terry Dwayne Ashford, your journalist and chief broadcaster, bringing this to you from NewsRadio by SNnews. We're looking at this morning, looking at some of the cover stories that graces the newsroom of Indacarseat DatGuY and StreetNOW News. You know, there's some special things that comes across the desk of people who somebody want to get something across with. So they put those special things there sometimes on my desk. It says, consider talking about this morning. Consider this for us this morning. Do it. Consider it for us. And so we're just sharing you some of the headlines. We're not going to go into detail on some of these. This is some of the headlines that are been placed on my desk. Consider this in your morning SNnews on NewsRadio. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. We're going to come right back with some of those headlines that's gracing the pages of StreetNOW News. Highlight and bleach. Yeah, that's bleach right there. Mar22. I'm with Terry Dwayne Ashford, StreetNOW News. Like that music, like that music. Mar22. Bleach. We're moving right on back into the news. Press releases that's placed on the desk of StreetNOW News. We understand that when someone knows the voice is there, they want to make sure that they tap into that voice to reveal some interesting news from their perspective. Judgment calls. A judgment call was made this morning to bring you the now photo, not a fabricated one, not one that we prepared for you. We decided to put our face on the cover of this broadcast as it is, as we're preparing it to you right now before we wash it and do it up. Looking at going to the releases now, and we're looking at the fact that one of them says an archaeologist finds the earliest colonial site in the state of Maryland after a 90-year search. There's a colonial site found in the state of Maryland after searching for 90 whole years. Very interesting story there. We're looking at Prince William, royalty, being very upset over his brother, Prince Harry, and hopes the relationship will heal